welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. Today we're going to talk about List Perfectly, specifically the top 5 reasons I love List Perfectly the most. There's a lot of reasons to love List Perfectly and even more reasons that every reseller should be using it. I actually have an entire playlist on this channel on tips and tricks and how to use List Perfectly to its full potential to help you in your reselling business. But today I just wanted to go over like the top 5 reasons I think everyone should be using it and what I love about it most. So it's super easy to use. It does have a learning curve, but just like with anything new, you got to play around with it. You got to watch a couple tutorials and you just have to learn. Again, I have an entire playlist of tutorials for List Perfectly. If you have List Perfectly, you can join their group, the List Perfectly group. They have tons and tons of members in there that use List Perfectly and share all of their tips and tricks and their little tutorials and videos. The entire List Perfectly team puts out videos. They have live shows, live videos that you can attend for free all the time that teach you new things. And if they have anything new coming out, they'll show you how to use it. They have a lot of videos right on the List Perfectly website that help you get started and help you learn. And there's a whole host of people on the List Perfectly team that are there to answer questions. You can get through to them in real time on the website. Or again, you can be in the Facebook group and just ask. And there's just so many people in there that love List Perfectly and use it that were so willing to help new people learn how to use it to the full potential that it is. So there's tons of help out there. It is super easy to use, which is one of my number one reasons that I like it. But if you're struggling or you don't know how to use a certain feature, or you think, hey, am I doing this right? Could I be doing this an easier way or a faster way? There's so much help out there for you. It is so fast to cross-post to multiple platforms, to cross-post from those platforms into your List Perfectly catalog. And it's super easy to list on List Perfectly. So if you're going to be using it to its full potential, I always tell folks, you should have all of your listings in your catalog on List Perfectly and then push them out to other platforms from there. Of course, we all started reselling before we had List Perfectly. So you're going to have a lot of listings on different platforms that you're going to move into your catalog, and that's fine also. But when you start new listings out moving forward, once you're using List Perfectly, it's super easy to use. They have templates that you can set up, so you're only filling in a couple things at a time, just like you would on eBay with templates, so you can list really fast. They also have ways to set up different footnotes for different platforms. And this is a specific video I do have in my series, my List Perfectly series of tutorials to show you how to do this. But for instance, if you wanted to say, bundle your items and save money on Poshmark, you probably really wouldn't want that in your description on Mercari or eBay. That's like a Poshmark specific saying you want in your description. You can set up List Perfectly so that when you push your listings out to different platforms, each platform can have its own specific, separate, individual, unique footer. So you can have eBay saying, hey, we offer, international shipping through the global shipping program. And then your Poshmark footer can say something about bundles. And your Mercari footer can say something about, we accept all reasonable offers, or we offer free shipping, or whatever you want it to say. So that's cool too. So it's super easy to use. It's fast to use. You can list really, really quickly using your templates, push it out to multiple platforms very quickly, and then you can make each of those listings very unique to the platform you're listing to. The second thing is the unlimited catalog. So regardless of which subscription level you're at on List Perfectly, you have an unlimited amount of listings you can have in your catalog at no extra cost. You can just list your heart away or cross-post everything from your other platforms in there, and there's no limit. They also won't get deleted or accidentally disappear like certain platforms are known to do. Speaking of, that brings me to the third thing that I really love about using List Perfectly and having integrated all of our listings into the catalog. We all know that listings fall off of eBay. We all know that. We don't know why. No one has ever been able to explain it. There is no rhyme or reason. It could be something you've had up for 4 years, and it could be something that you put up last week. But for whatever reason, I call it the little goblins that come in and steal your listings, kind of like you're missing socks in the laundry, the little laundry goblins that steal those. I think eBay has goblins, but for whatever reason, listings fall off. And prior to having List Perfectly and all of my items in their catalog, I would once or twice a year go through our inventory, bin by bin, and check each and every listing to make sure that it was still on eBay. And then if it wasn't, we had to pull that item, rephotograph it, and relist it, which is a colossal waste of time, because if it's something that you've already photographed in the past and listed, you shouldn't be having to redo it, with, the exception of if you wanted to do the photos over or redo the photos to make them better, but you shouldn't have to be redoing listings. So what I love about List Perfectly is if you discover something, if you're doing your yearly inventory, which everyone should be doing once or twice a year, if you're doing your yearly inventory check and you discover, oh, hey, this shirt fell off and it's not listed on eBay anymore, you don't have to pull this shirt out of your inventory system, however you store it, rephotograph it, and relist it. You simply click one button on your catalog and push it back out to eBay and it's listed again. You don't have to do all the work that you already did over. Of course, your listings, again, have to be in the catalog. It's super important for them to be there so that you can utilize all of these tools and tips and tricks and everything. Once everything's in the catalog, you can really, really use List Perfectly to its full potential. But this is one of my favorite ones because every year when I do our inventory check, I usually do it March and then again in the fall. I find at least 10% of our items have fallen off of eBay over time. And then we're having to pull all of that and treat it like it's a brand new item we just sourced. And that, to me, again, is a colossal waste of time. I want to list all of the new stuff we just sourced or just got shipped in. I don't want to be spending time on old stuff. So that's a nice feature of List Perfectly's catalog. You can just push it back out. Also, you can look to see if stuff is still listed on eBay without having to pull all of your inventory in from your garage or your attic or wherever you store it, just by checking on the back end of your catalog. If it says it's listed on eBay, you can check a couple a day and just click that and see if it pulls up the listing. If you can't find it, it fell off and you can relist it. The fourth thing I love is how easy it is to end items that sold on one platform across all the other ones. Right now, you do have to do that manually, but it's really super easy. You just go into List Perfectly and tell it to end the item on the platforms it did not sell on, and you can change the listing to reflect which platform it did sell on. It just takes a couple of seconds. It's super easy to use. I have a video on that as well. But coming soon, List Perfectly is going to do that for us automatically. The team at List Perfectly has been working on this for a while. They've actually mentioned it in their List Perfectly group, and they've been talking about it. Clara has mentioned several times that it's definitely something they're very, very excited about putting out to us as the users of List Perfectly. But they, of course, have to make sure that it's coded correctly and properly tested before it's released to the public. But it is something that they are definitely working on, that in the near future, if you have your items in your List Perfectly catalog, and then properly pushed out or cross-posted to the platforms from there. And by that, I mean, you can't just list it on Poshmark and expect, List Perfectly's catalog to automatically go, oh, hey, I know where it's at. You have to post it to or cross-post it or list it from your catalog to those platforms so that the proper item number is stored in your catalog and List Perfectly's system or coding knows, okay, so this is listed on these platforms and this is its ID number. It's not hard to do. It's actually easier to cross-post it from your catalog to the platforms and starting fresh or brand new in the platforms because it's taking over all of the information with it. But if you have everything listed in your catalog and then everything is cross-posted properly and has the proper ID numbers in it, in the near future, List Perfectly is going to have the ability to market sold for you when it sells on one platform, which is really exciting. We're all really looking forward to that. But in the meantime, it's really easy to do it yourself. You don't have to go to every single platform on your own and search for the item and then end it. You just really click a couple buttons and it's done. Speaking of easy to end, if you want to end and sell similar items on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, any of your platforms, if you have really old stale listings that you just want to quickly end and then relist, that is super easy to do on List Perfectly as well. And you can do it in bulk. So you can do like 10, 20 at a time, just end them and relist them. I have a video on that. I feel like I say that a lot, but I really feel like my series has pretty in-depth videos from A to Z on how to use List Perfectly. So almost everything that you can think of that you would want to do with it, it's in that playlist. But yeah, it is super easy to just end. You can select 10 items, push a button, it ends them across the platforms. You wait for the tabs to come up just to make sure that they all ended, and then you push copy, and then the tabs will open and you're listing them right back on those platforms. It is also easy, super easy to edit and update listings across platforms as well. It always was easy to do that, but now it's even easier because List Perfectly just released a new feature this week, their update feature. So you can go in the catalog, edit the price, the title, the description of the photos in a listing. And once it updates itself on your catalog, there's now an update button that you can push, which will automatically open this item on any platforms you have it listed and put those changes in. I did do a video on this, a tutorial this week, so it's really recent. The update dropped on Wednesday. So I'll have that actual video pop up in the corner for you, and you can watch that if you haven't already to see how you can quickly edit and update listings across multiple platforms using List Perfectly. So to sum up, the 5 things I love best about List Perfectly is how super easy and fast it is to use, easy to list, and cross-post. It has an unlimited catalog for you to put as many listings in there as you want, and they're not going to fall off or accidentally get deleted. If you find that items have fallen off of eBay, which they do, you can easily cross-post them back in now without having to pull the item and redo the photographs and then the entire listing from scratch. It's super easy to end items that have sold on all the other platforms it was on, and coming soon, that's going to happen automatically. And then, of course, it is easy to end and sell similar and update and edit listings using your catalog. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about List Perfectly, let me know down in the comments. Check out our playlist and look at the tutorials in there. You might answer your own question, or I might already have a video on it. And if you're not using List Perfectly, I cannot stress how much I think you should be. First of all, we should all be cross-posting because you shouldn't have all your eggs in one basket. Sales are slow for a lot of us right now across all the platforms, but I feel like sales are going to be even slower if you're only giving yourself the opportunity to sell on just eBay or just Poshmark. You're really doing yourself and your items a disservice if you're only getting them in front of one audience. Every platform has a different audience and different folks looking at it. They all show up differently in Google search algorithms for shoppers that are looking for stuff on Google. You want to have as many eyeballs on your items as you can, as big of an audience. You want to cast that really wide net to catch all the fish. It's super important, especially right now with the economy and the current events and how sales are kind of slow everywhere. You want to have your stuff on as many platforms as you can. Using a tool like List Perfectly will save you so much time, so much effort. It's really quick. You're not having to do all of your listings from scratch on all these platforms. You can move 3,000 items from eBay to Poshmark in a week using bulk. It's so cool to use. If you want to try it out and you haven't pulled the trigger yet, you can try it for 30% off your first month if you use Flippin Hippos. Flippin Hippos coupon code at checkout will get you your first month for 30% off. You can try it. You're going to love it. I guarantee you. If you're already using List Perfectly and you want to try a subscription level above what you're already using, you can use our coupon code to do that. So when you update or upgrade, you can use Flippin' Hippos and get 30% off the first month of the new level subscription. We really like Pro. If you do this full time, if you have a lot of listings, if this is your job and this is what you do for a living, List Perfectly Pro plan is really what you should be using. And if you're doing business now and you upgrade to Pro using our code, that 30% off will let you try Pro for the same price as business for that first month. And you can see all the differences and how much more there is to it. It's really important to have Pro if you're doing this as your full-time job and you have tons of listings. So that all being said, again, you can let me know anything that you have questions about or concerns or comments down there. Hit the thumbs up before you leave. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and help us feed a hungry hippo. Join our Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. There's a link down below for that. And until next time, guys, go be productive, go make some money. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.